Hello, everybody. I'm the Raging Cajun from the University of Louisiana. And you guys might not know what a Cajun is, but you know, the Cajun, when he sends his kids to school when they first start, they learn about the four seasons. We also teach them about our four seasons: garlic, onions, bell peppers. And a Cajun, when he goes to the zoo, he's interested in the exotic animals, but he also would like to know how to cook them, like boiled crawfish. And occasionally we also eat alligators. But I'm also a tinkerer. You guys might not know what a tinker is, but you know what a tinker is. By the time he learned to crawl, he stuck his fingers in a 110 outlet. You know, the parents of a tinker figured out that his skill sets to take things apart outseated his ability to put it together. And for some of you guys in here, when you had a TV that it took a forklift to move it, you took it apart and figured out where the flyback transformer is the hard way. A tinkerer is a guy who stuck into his dad's shop and built a project that caught on fire. But a good super tinkerer, he got his license before he learned how to shave. So our group, we want to get our kids into space, and we think the way to start is with balloons. So we take this little 4-inch board here, and I'll send you one if you send me an envelope with some postage on it. All right, and then we want to put a processor in it, so we've picked this shell. A shell is kind of like an Arduino on steroids. It's got about 4 times the capability and about 1/10 the size. And you can tell by the price down there, we can probably afford it. So the next thing we need to do is on our balloon package is to get a radio. Well, we've hunted around and we found one. And this is a LoRa transceiver. Now, this thing puts out a mighty strong signal at 20 milliwatts. But guess what? In free space, this thing can talk from horizon to horizon with omni antennas. And again, that's in our ham budget. So the next thing we want to put on a balloon is a GPS. And if it doesn't go too high, we found one for about $6. And we'll put that on our board. And as we build this package up, you can start to see we're going to come up with a package. So the next thing we might want to put on here is a sensor. And we've picked one for Matterfruit, but there's lots of sensors. Now this thing, one module, will measure pressure, altitude, temperature, and humidity. So as we put this thing together, and that's on this board, and as we put this thing together, we're going to need a battery. And of course, I grabbed just one out of my shack, and you don't quite need one this big, but that's what I had when I had to come over here and make this presentation. So on a balloon, especially one that doesn't go up, that won't burst probably, we put down a cut-down resistor or a cut-down device. And what we do is we take this 2-ohm resistor, wrap some fishing string around it, put a transistor and run about 1 amp through that thing, and that will melt that string and let our balloon package come down. So we put it all together and it looks like this. Now we've got this package, you guys might say, how in the world are we going to get it up to altitude? Well, again, on a ham budget, we go to a party balloon store and we buy one of these 36-inch balloons. And that balloon has got enough uplift to pick up our little 5-ounce balloon package. Now, for you guys that have done ballooning, you know it's kind of cold up there, so how are we going to insulate that? Well, we take ourselves to the Home Depot store, get some insulation, whack out some 6-inch by 6-inch squares, hollow out the middle one, tape it all together, and we've got now a fully qualified balloon package. Notice on the top over here, we've got this fishing string. We're going to use that to connect to the balloon, and out on the edge out here, kind of hard to see, we got a piece of 6-inch wire. That's our antenna. So now we've got a balloon package, and it's out there transmitting. How we're going to get the data? Well, thanks to new technology, what I'm showing you up here is a LoRa receiver, and this is a pretty neat device. It's got a display on it. It's got an ESP32, which can program in Arduino, and it's got a Wi-Fi connection. And when you put it together, it looks like, oh, we need a package. So we go to Amazon and get us a package. Of course, Amazon wants to sell you more than you need, but again, that's within our budget. So here it is on my bench, and if you guys have eyes like me, it's kind of hard to see that thing. So because we have a Wi-Fi connection, we can tether it to our smartphone, and we can go get on a public server and put our information together. And this picture shows this, and this is a Adafruit IO server, free. You sign up, and you get to do it, and it's very easy. And this is the desktop. Notice there's a map out here, a GPS map for your balloon, and it not only presents you the information, it graphs it for you. And it doesn't take a lot of smarts to get all this hooked up. So now we've got a balloon, but we don't want to stop there. We're satelliters, so and we think this is the step to get us there. So we take that balloon board that I just showed you, and we add another board to it, and we put solar panels on it. Now we've got a fully qualified something that can fly. So now how do we get them into space? Well, we stick them in a dispenser like this, and we think we're going to get about 20 of these things in here. Now, how do we get them on orbit? The good news is that our university, along with Bob Twiggs and Melissa Poore, have secured a NASA launch, and they will launch 20 of these things for us. So the challenge is for you, if you guys or your organizations want to participate, we got 20 of these things to put up. And unlike the first satellites that cost in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, we think we're going to get on orbit for the individuals under $300. So it seems like anybody ought to be able to afford that. So we're going to call these things Slim Sats. And I think Bob Twiggs had a lot to do with that name. And here's his email. Here's Melissa Poore. She's a teacher up in the Virginia area. And of course, here's mine. So my challenge is for you guys, if we're excited, if you want to try to go get your organization, your school, and by the way, we're really focused on high schools and community colleges. So if you want to excite or try to lead a program, we want to hear from you. So give us one of these of us on an email, give us an email, and we'll start a discussion and try to get you guys into space.